Peace and blessings be with you. Wanted to share an article I wrote, something I saw that came on my Facebook timeline and it struck home with me. It was a meme of a black man, and in the meme it says, "I am a beautiful black man, I am not a nigger." And that hit home with me. I'm like, it just filled me with pride. And people have their ideas about why it's okay to use the word nigger. It just doesn't sit well with me. So I wrote an article dealing with different ideas about it, and I want to read the article. So I'll be looking down a little bit because I'm going to read from the screen. So I hope it's not too distracting, and I'll look back up. But I just wanted to share this, my thoughts on it. The title of the piece is, "I am not a nigger." The term nigger has been a derogatory term used to demonize black people. I have no love for the term. Slave masters worked tirelessly to remold the strong black man, black woman, and black child into animals. They did not consider black people to be human beings. They considered black people to be chattel. Slave masters considered black people to be personal property equal to animals. Slave masters worked tirelessly to break apart the black family and to keep black people in a state of fear and despair for over 400 years. White supremacy continued the same objective after slavery through overt and covert institutional racism. The whole point was to break down the black man, black woman, and black child, to break them down into a state of despair where they would act out of frustration and despair. The system wanted black people to act without common decency and wanted to demonize black people. The white supremacy would be justified in putting down black people if systematically worked to demonize. The systems of slavery, imperialism, colonization, institutional racism, and white supremacy worked to reduce black people to a state less than human, a state of niggers. Finding pride where we shouldn't find pride. Black people are a people who have had to learn to make lemonade out of lemons. Our history through slavery, imperialism, colonization, and overt and covert institutional racism has been a bitter one to swallow. But we have swallowed it and learned to turn the bitterness into something productive. We have done this all the way up to the civil rights movement. But then the illusion of inclusion after the civil rights movement made many black people forget there is still a war on against us. Some lost sight because the system let black people get a foot in the door. Then the agenda of many black people became getting all the way in the door. Some black people's focus shifted from sticking together to becoming consumer of things at any price. This is the illusion of inclusion that ultimately broke apart what kept us unified, our respect for ourselves. Some black people shifted their focus from preserving individual and community dignity and became full-fledged consumers at all costs. Making lemonade out of lemons, coupled with the loss of respect, gave rise to the nigger. The nigger is a crab in the barrel mentality. This is not something we should aspire to embrace. Nigger or nigger is not an uplifting term. Let me say that again because I messed it up. Nigger or nigger is not an uplifting term. I understand all about trying to take away the negative power of the word nigger by claiming it and using it. It doesn't work. I understand all about looking back to what some people feel is the origin of the word. The origin may have stemmed from black people who lived around the Niger River. So using the word should be a positive thing. It doesn't work. Using the word doesn't represent the model of a black person who is kind, compassionate, and sensitive. It doesn't represent a black person who is diligent, knowledge-seeking, responsible, loving of the Most High Creator, and fearing of the Most High Creator. It doesn't represent a black person who is wise and a loving black father, black mother, or black child. The use of the word doesn't represent a black person who is respectful in language or behavior. Most of all, it doesn't represent a person who is strong and steadfast. It doesn't represent a warrior. It represents ignorance and destructive behavior. When I look at people who use the word nigger or nigger, they usually act like niggers. They embrace frustration and become a vehicle for giving up. The nigger. The nigger takes pride in things that are destructive. Things like street hustling through selling drugs or being illiterate. Being loud to have a voice without having much to say that is wise and uplifting. They take pride in being able to hustle someone out of his or her money. The nigger takes pride in being able to have sex with multiple partners without having responsibility to any of them. They take pride in being a thug or a killer or a drug addict. The nigger takes pride in being able to run the streets. They take pride in doing everything that is negative. This is what institutional racism wanted for black people, to be niggers. Some black people have given up the fight and embraced being niggers or niggers. The good thing is most black people realize they are not niggers. The good thing is most black people realize they are not niggers. The bad thing is white supremacy and institutional racism in their media wants to focus on this illness and only wants to show manifestations of this illness. The more they show this illness, the more justification the system builds to treat black people as being less than human. It builds momentum to justify killing black people. I am a beautiful black man. I am a beautiful black man. I am not a nigger. I strive to be intelligent, strong but gentle, loving and compassionate, honest and hardworking in whatever I do. As a beautiful black man, I strive to be diligent, to be respectful, and supportive in actions and words I choose to use. I choose to be respectful of my body and to nurture my body so God's light can shine through me to ward off evil. As a beautiful black man, I choose to be disciplined of mind and body and develop myself into being a warrior, a true protector. I avoid getting high and drinking alcohol to escape my problems, because doing so results in making bad decisions that only compounds my issues. This forces me to confront my issues, being either changing myself and making better decisions or accepting the things I can't change at the moment. I choose not to follow the misleading dream of the illusion of inclusion, which has us willingly selling our souls to the devil. I choose to be a beautiful black man, even in the face of insurmountable obstacles, and to be the light of God. Peace and blessings. Man, it's like something that hit me when I saw this. And I'm like, man, we have to start taking a stand for what is productive and positive as far as being as black people. Because negativity is just growing so much, and we try to step back and not step on anybody's toes. But the righteous, man, we need to step up and support each other and be out there in the forefront. We got to do it. And I'm like, just stop being divisive. Let the righteous from whatever platform come up and just support each other and be strong. And let's try to support the persons that our ancestors were trying to build. They were not trying to build these persons that are popular today. They were not trying to build these niggers. Peace and blessings be with you. I forgot to add this part in, so I had to do it later. That's why I have a different color shirt on. It's all good. Remember to check the details section of the video for the link to the full article and also other important links. And also, don't forget to subscribe and to share the video. All right? Peace and blessings, kings and queens, you mighty spiritual warriors.